Hello, everyone, and welcome to Metal Gear Saridu Pisa Wakaru, the next chapter in the Metal Gear Recollection. As always, I am Wu-Tang, and I am joined today by Tony. Say hi, Tony.
Deal this. Hi.
Every time, you always miss the joke, you son of a bitch. I always say, say hi, Tony, and you never say hi, Tony.
Because everyone's expecting it.
Fuck you.
Steamroller!
Okay, so I think we want the regular shooter type. Yep.
Hey, you're the one playing, not me.
So, this game is set 10 years after the events of Metal Gear Solid 3.
Metal Gear.
Yes, it's called Peace Walker. It's set 10 years after the events of Metal Gear Solid 3. Some shit happens in between that we'll talk about, but, we'll kind of go into it. Now, this game in the series kind of goes a little bit out there. Not that it wasn't already totally out there, but let's just say there's technology in this game that, like, you have to pretty much hit your I believe button. Because basically there's regular 70s technology, and then there's, like, this is, like, super, like, philosopher's technology that's super hyper advanced. And you'll see a lot of that in the next couple games here. Which makes sense.
For
What?
nothing.
Huh?
Huh?
Anyways, it makes sense in terms of when the games were released, because this game and the next two games in the series, Ground Zeroes and Peace Walker, were some of the last games to be released in the series. However, they take place somewhere in the middle, closer to the beginning of the thing.
Which is weird.
Yeah, but I mean, it kind of makes sense because there's a lot of stuff that needs to be filled in. I wouldn't say it needs to be filled in, but it gets filled in.
Yeah.
And you have no motherfucking choice in the matter, you fucking bitch ass bitch.
Bitch made motherfucker.
So this is a PSP game, and this game, all the Metal Gear games revolve around one main theme word. And I will go into detail on that later, but for instance, Metal Gear Solid 3, the game we just beat, the theme word for that game was scene, S-C-E-N-E, and that really doesn't make sense to me. I have to read into it on the wiki and blah, blah, blah. There's the Snake-oo.
The snake.
But this game's theme is peace, and this game revolves around what it means to peace, and how to make peace in our peace holes.
Peace you.
This. Oh, I'm dying.
God, he's dying. Come on, man. You pull it together. Don't be a bitch. Die like a man. Quick, grab the whiskey.
This is a PSP game.
What the fuck is going on?
Okay, so this is a PSP game, but the version that we are playing is the HD re-release for the make ham sandwich. No, this is the HD re-release for the Xbox 360. There's Snake with a big scar on his chest that he got from fucking somewhere. I don't remember where.
Weird.
But this looks great for a PSP game. However, they didn't have, the storage space and the same graphical quality as even the previous game. Oh yeah, look at that.
Hey, boss, wanna go around?
So they don't have that stuff. However, it looks great for a PSP game, and it's very interesting. Free control time. Fuck it, we're ending the tutorial.
Yes.
Yes.
Because you're the one playing.
I know what I'm doing here.
Oh, he knows what he's doing. Everyone heard that? He knows what he's doing.
So this was released after Portable Ops, after Metal Gear Solid 4, which is the stunning conclusion to the game series, except for one awesome spin-off that comes in later.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes use of these super stylized,
What's going on, cuz?
basically comic book storyboard type
Time to move.
cartoons to tell a lot of the main story, which, for a PSP game made sense because you can't shove a 2-hour cutscene in there and expect to have anything for gameplay.
Right?
But this game sets up Kazuhira Miller, who is a pretty important character in the grand scheme of things. He's
I was
actually
gonna say wasn't he in the last game, but I forgot. We didn't play that one. We played 3.
You're thinking Portable Ops, and no, I don't believe he was in Portable Ops. Colonel Campbell gets introduced in Portable Ops. I don't think Miller does. I know in the last game I said he does. You could probably look that up and help me out, but off the top of my head, I don't remember. But this game sets him up as a character and who he is and what he is to Snake here. And here's the man with the red arm. I wonder why it's red.
Yeah.
I feel like a new man.
Actually, it's
There's no coffee like
somewhat
Costa Rican
interesting
coffee.
here.
Costa Rican.
And also,
coffee.
Red Riding Hood is back there. This game has quick time events.
Really?
In the cutscenes, yeah.
Huh.
There's not that many. I think there's only like 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10. But
9
there's
or
definitely
10.
a thing. Oh man, I really need to fix the thing. Did you see who's being cut off by the thing there?
Possibly.
It's not really being cut off by the recording software, so fuck it, I don't really care too much, but yeah. So this game sets up what Snake has been doing for the past 12 years. Wait, 12 years? No, 10 years. And basically, he was so disillusioned by the military and his mission in general after the Operation Snake Eater that he basically went off the grid. He's running this super tiny little militia in Central America and just really kind of lost in the sauce. And here a mission comes up.
It is.
And they're like, here, there's some shit going down in Costa Rica. You help us out? And he's like, nah, you're stupid. He actually does kind of say that. But he's actually, at this point in time, Snake as a character really has lost his way. Because he thought he knew what he was fighting for until that big plot dump from Eva at the very end of the game. And so he has the title of Big Boss, but he doesn't use it because he feels ashamed of it. He's not, he's not happy with where he is. He's not happy with what he's done with his life so far.
Probably rightfully so.
And so this game is as much about him finding his way as it is about fun hijinks with 14-year-old girls in Costa Rica. And we'll get to that very shortly. This game as a portable game, a game for a handheld system, completely broke the tried and true linearity of the old Metal Gear games, where you started at point A and ended at point B, and introduced a base building mechanic, which there's a base right there. It introduced a base building mechanic, and it allowed you to select your missions whenever you were ready to do them. So, hey, I need to get on the bus and ride for a half an hour to go to college, so I'm going to play this mission here. Yay, I did it. And now I'm going to Kaiju. Which is really smart for a portable game, and they brought that mission structure, I guess you could call it, to the next big game in the series, which was the Phantom Pain, Metal Gear Solid V, which is one of the next games coming up after this. And it kind of hurts the story of Metal Gear Solid V, however, it's thematically appropriate. And I won't go into what that means right now. In fact, I won't go into what that means until the very end of Metal Gear Solid V. But for a PSP game, it works really, really well.
I believe you.
Thank you for awkwardly filling in my silence there, sir.
You're welcome.
Is that your role in these LPs, the awkward silence filler and wiki looker upperer?
Well, I am, closer to a computer than you are.
Technically, my computer is within arm's reach of me. Look at this adorable little high school girl.
That fucker.
Oh. You know
oh,
what?
It's Paz!
It's Tara Strong, and it is Paz. Yeah. But in Costa Rica, it's probably legal, so, have at it, you fucking weirdo.
Yes.
I guess you're in the South, so it's technically legal, too.
16.
Especially if she's your cousin.
They've got a supply port.
Apologies to any
Cousin fucker.
southern cousin fucking Alabamian Tehahen who's, watching. this. I'm
Oh,
sorry if I
shit.
offended you.
No, you're not.
LP canceled. Okay, so she's 16 in this. So she is technically legal. Alright, so
Wait,
you can
wait.
zoom in on her naked body here. Look at this. Kojima, what the shit?
Welcome to playing Doctor Simulator 2016.
What is with this simulator shit? She's also pretty flat for a 16-year-old, but what do
Hey,
I know?
there's
I haven't
nothing
been
wrong with
looking
flat.
at many 16-year-olds. Oh, there it is.
There we go.
There's your creepo moment.
Why the fuck is that in this game?
I don't know. Kojima's a fucking horn dog.
God damn.
Is Kojima married? Does Kojima have any kids? I don't think he does.
I think Kojima has kids.
I think he fucks all his female motion capture actors.
I don't blame him.
I think that's what he does. Like, after Metal Gear Solid 4, he's like, I need a better way of meeting chicks than going to these damn industry events. There are all these Konami bigwig secretaries, and all they ever want to do is chop off my balls to make their bosses happy. That's all they ever want to do.
I wonder if that's how they get into the game.
What?
I wonder if that's how they get into the game, is how hard they fuck him.
So, you know, if you want to roll in this big blockbuster, you know, video game, I mean, you know, there's space under this table. Just go for it. So, yeah, this game goes between telling cutscenes in the in-game engine, which it does very rarely. And those storyboarded cutscenes, which are really, really cool. What is that? What is that?
Would you say that this is
Is that
the,
a melon? I don't know. I shot it. It looked like a melon. Okay, so go ahead.
Would you say this is like the least, like cutscene intensive Metal Gear?
No, V is the least cutscene intensive.
V?
Shit.
Really?
I don't know what I'm doing. I think this is another tutorial, but since we're here, I'm going to point out something interesting. The entire thing is designed to be used by a PSP, so
Sideways.
you have to hold down the right bumper. Yeah, and see how it's sideways? It's really weird, and it took some time for me to get used to, but here we are. Same with over here. This is the first game that introduced being able to... Actually, no, that's wrong. Metal Gear Solid 4 introduced being able to move and aim and shoot.
Yep.
But this is more or less the control scheme that is present for the games in the rest of the series. And by the rest of the series, I mean the ones that were released after this. So this, Ground Zeroes and V. I'm shooting things, yay. Okay, I think that's all I have to do here, actually. It's just more... It's just more tutorial at this point. What the fuck am I supposed to do?
Shoot the target!
Am I supposed to shoot the target? Oh, I guess I am supposed to shoot the target. So, the aiming and everything in this is actually really fantastic. I really like the way it works.
You can shoot hands.
Yeah, you can... Well, I mean, that's ever since Metal Gear Solid 2 being able to... I almost said disembowel. Being able to...
Disarm.
disarm or...
Disembowel.
God damn, disembowel keeps popping in my head. Disable! There's the word.
Insanguinate. What the fuck? That's the first time I've seen that.
This is another control scheme you can use, but I don't like it, and I forget how to switch between one and the other. I like the non-auto aim. God, I'm dying today. This is a bad day for
Christ,
recording, man. I don't know what this shit's going on.
Is it all the rain you're getting?
We are getting a lot of rain recently. Stun rod. Yes, Tay is the little scarecrow. This is what they're doing here. Man, I feel like I have nothing to say at this point because I don't understand what's happening.
Isn't this just a tutorial? Just move on.
I can't.
Fuck.
Or can I? What am I supposed to do here, man?
I don't know, man.
Shit, I don't know how to come out of the menu. It's been so long. Here, let's just try going over this way. I don't know how to switch away from that damn auto. Oh, there we go. I hit select to get out of auto aim. Not enough room, huh? We'll keep it here at the base. Oh yeah. So with the base building mechanic, this and Portable Ops were the first games to include the I would call it horrible kidnap mechanic, Because the way you staff your base is by kidnapping enemy soldiers and then basically beating them into...
She's signing a contract to serve for you, right?
Basically.
Oh, wow.
Okay,
Sounds very familiar.
I have to use a throwing weapon to open the store, apparently. Okay, cool. So here we are, we're moving on to the same thing. Hey, it did it!
Blew up the door, you did it. You did all the things.
This is also, as far as I know or remember, the only game you can't crouch in.
You can't crouch in this game?
You cannot crouch in this game, but you don't need to. In fact, this game is as much about speed and smooth operating as it is about
shooting people in the head.
Abducting men was what I was going to say there. Because even though this is going to be an abridged LP, there's going to be a lot of man abduction because I am going to have to build up my base to help with certain things.
That'll be done off camera, right?
Yeah, and there's a lot of grindy stuff you have to do later in the game in order to progress the story.
Very well.
Which will not be done on screen. There's one specific mission that you have to do like 7 times, I think, and you have to do a bunch of grindy stuff in order to progress the story when you get later on. So I will be doing that off camera and distilling this down to just the story and the awkward tutorial sections that I don't know how to do the thing.
Meat and potatoes.
Meat and potatoes.
Tools in the hands of whoever.
So this is interesting. Basically, they have a military without border. They basically at this point. Fuck! Man, I can't talk today. Basically, at this point, they set up the fact that Big Boss is the origin of all private military companies, and you get to see how this private military company comes into being.
Oh, okay.
And then they really elaborate on it in Phantom Pain to an extent. In fact, for much of the game, I would say maybe half the game, your enemy is private military companies.
Huh. So, kind of setting shit up for MGS4.
Yes, actually.
Because that thing is nothing but PMC.
Yep.
PMC this, PMC that, PMC. Control. Nanomachines!
Brother! I know, I'm terrible. But yeah, it's really interesting because after completing the series, he went back and tied all of these these themes from the final games in the series to the very beginning of the series and saying, look, all this shit's really intertwined and here's how. Pretty cool. Also, there's this totally working prosthetic hand in 1974. Press your believe button. You're going to be pressing it a lot here.
Believe!
This game gets weird.
A little bit.
The final boss is set to J-pop.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, and I won't go more into that, but basically you start fighting the thing, and then there's J-pop, and it's like, oh, okay, I guess you made that decision, Kojima. God damn it. It is pretty interesting. So already our new friends are clearly not what they seem to be. What is he doing there? Oh, he's wringing out his coat. Or she's wringing out her outfit there. But basically this sets up the fact that Snake's allegiance is no longer to his country.
Central America
His allegiance is to himself. To an extent, he's adopted some of the boss's ideals at this point. We'll build a socialist stronghold and use it to split the Americas in two. America would lose its backyard.
Oh no.
It's actually a really interesting story. There are problems, but it's a very interesting story. My biggest problem with this is some of the characters. The main antagonist, for instance.
Really?
Yeah, the main antagonist is kind of a wet noodle. But considering that this game's theme revolves entirely around the idea of peace, of paz, it's he's interesting in that extent. And I'll talk more about him when we get to him.
Okay.
And the things that he does. There really isn't too much to say about this game at this point, unless you want to start reading directly off the wiki.
Well, I think that's probably the only thing I can do.
You absolutely will not, sir. I will fuck your butt. No,
No, you won't.
you're correct, because that would be a long way to travel to be that disappointed. Oh! Anyways, so at this point in the story, Snake has spent 10 years wandering. In the end of the last game, he killed his mentor, killed the crazy Russian guy. He killed everything. Nukes were exploded, things were happening, and then he went on to find out that basically everything he did was a cleverly concocted plot by the CIA to basically get rid of a bunch of shit that was troubling them without really getting their noses dirty. And they used Snake to do it, and he's pissed off. And so he's like, fine, I'll work with the Russians. I don't give a shit what happens.
Great. Sounds like my 21st birthday.
What?
What?
That was all just an act.
A Russian brought you a 16-year-old girl from Costa Rica for your 21st birthday?
Yes.
You mean her words about peace? She was captured, that much is true, but I've kept my KGB from her.
Like how it zoomed in.
Oh, that was me. I can do that. Look at that.
What?
Oh
my God. I thought that was the game.
I like very much how they use the speech bubbles instead of subtitles for these. And then they used, obviously, the subtitles in Vision. But it's cool because it's kind of like reading a comic or watching a graphic novel, movie thing that's happening. Yeah. I'm probably going to spend a lot of this LP sucking Kojima's dick for deciding to do this, because it allowed him to basically put in as much detail as he wanted into this shit. It's the same as using, like in the PlayStation 1 era of video games, where they would use the, the two-dimensional backgrounds to get a ton of detail into a very limited processing space. Because, I mean, if you think about it,
yeah, because technically this is a PSP game.
Yeah.
And all of its data was on, like, one CD.
Yeah, it was on a UMD, which I think was, like, 1.8 gigs or something like that.
Yeah.
No, it was even smaller than that. But the processing power of the PSP was somewhere between the PlayStation 1 and the PlayStation 2. So using this style allowed them to put a lot of detail into their cutscenes, as well as use a pretty cool art style. And they did it. They used this style in Portable Ops as well, but it really came into its own here, and very cool.
Huh.
Drink some water here.
Yeah, because you're dying. How do I pee?
Seriously. What?
What?
Indeed, that of the legendary hero.
What? What the random ass strange ass.
You're a goddamn rat.
This is not that kind of game.
This is not that kind of video.
Also,
I touched
Kojima
myself.
loves his big 7-hour-long fucking plot dumps, and using this style allowed him to do that.
Yep.
Totally allowed him to do
Is that the
that.
boss? I totally nail her.
That is-
Hey, we smashing?
She was like 60 in that game.
So
Actually,
she was still good looking.
because she was old enough to have a kid in World War II in 46.
Oh, that could be 16.
She could have been in her 40s. She could have been in her 40s in 64 when Snake Eater happened. So, 40s, yeah. I mean, I don't think of her as that kind. Is he beating it? Once again, God damn it, your fucking beating sound. Once again, for those of you who are maybe just joining us because you're more interested in Peace Walker than 3, my setup, I can't hear anything. My TV's volume is down all the way, and I don't have headphones set up for it or anything like that. So I can't hear what's happening. So when I see Snake panting heavily and sweating, you know. So he's using his devotion to the boss to basically goad him into the victory sign.
Wait, hold on.
Anime.
Was that a fucking lighter in his goddamn finger?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
What was I saying before that? Anyways, yeah, so he used his devotion to the boss to basically trick him into this, and at this point Snake is done make. Oh look, there's a man there. It's a CIA man. Yeah, CIA mercs. Anyways, so Snake says he's doing it for Paz, but clearly he's doing it to learn more about Dabausu. Dabausu. So I've got this unsilenced M16A1? Yeah, I've got the A1 here. But I've also got the Mark 22 Hush Puppy. Now, if you remember from the previous game, I talked about, yes, I did just get points for shooting him in the head. And that goes into... Shit. I'm fucking it up already. There we go. I know I talked about how I'm going to play the game, however I decide to... Oh, shit. Freeze. Okay, that could have been bad. I know how I talked about how I'm going to play this game the way it probably would have gone down in the previous game. However, with the base building and everything like that, you are highly, highly incentivized to play the game as non-lethally as possible. Because you can use the men. You can use the men for your base. So as you can see, I can move and shoot here, and it works. It actually works really fucking well.
The fuck was that?
Yay, the Dow closed down 400 points. I'm losing tons of money. Also, notice I've been crouch walking, and it looks really fucking weird. Get used to this. Alright, let's keep moving on to our goal, which is Bosque de Alba. So we're 28 minutes in, and there's been a lot of exposition and very little gameplay. However, I would like to note that it is much better than the previous game, where it was like 10 minutes of gameplay, 2 hours into the damn game.
Well, you gotta remember this is a Metal Gear game, bruh.
Shit.
Welcome to Missing Simulator 2016.
Shut your whole mouth, I shit in your dick.
Shit in your mouth.
I'll shit in your penis. Also, I'm out of suppressor at this point, so I done fucked up. Now this game gives you a rudimentary version of the Soliton radar stuff, which is a mainstay of the older games, which is a radar that shows you where everything is.
Boku no Pico. Which
makes up for... what is this here? It's a love box. I have a love box.
What are you gonna use that for?
What?
Yes.
Love box.
It's a love box. Which I will talk about why that's important later on here. Shit! I missed his face.
Shit, my dick!
No, I'm not. Oh no, there's men. There's lots of men.
There's men!
There's men.
Pa!
So I've already fucked this up. Shit.
Pa! Pa! Here it comes.
So they give you a little bit because you're playing this on the PSP, which isn't the best for stuff. But they give you a little bit of auto aim here, which disappears in the other games. Am I even supposed to go up here? Where am I? Yep, I'm supposed to go through the store here. They give you a little bit of auto aim in this because you're using... I think the PSP only had one stick.
What are you giving me auto aim for? I'm not playing.
Well, they give me auto aim. So if you noticed, it showed where my reticle was aiming, and then it showed where it was auto aiming. Blah blah blah. Which was really good for the PSP because I mean that thing had like this weird like. It was kind of a stick, but it was a flat stick, or it was a stick on a flat plane. It was really odd. It wasn't really the best for gaming and stuff and junk. Okay, there was your first QuickTime event. You see? Oh, I gotta hit the Y button. Oh, hit the Y button. There we go. And now I have a man. I gotta remember that shit happens and pay attention to these.
You gotta pay attention to the QuickTime events during the cutscenes.
You're correct. So going along with the whole less violent thing. Excuse me. So going along with the whole less violent, I gotta keep hitting the right. Oh, he's being shocked to death.
Shocked.
Where was I going with that? You get a fucking taser instead of a goddamn thing. You get a taser instead of a knifeu, so that you don't stab people to death. You just shock them in the butt. Oh man, so Snake just fought a dude.
Snake.
Snake.
Oh.
So I don't get what he's looking at here. But
His boots.
there's a
I mean, his
giant
testicles.
mecha flying
That
through
thing?
the sky. You know nothing about this game, huh?
No. I
Oh,
don't.
you're fucked. You're gonna get real confused real fast.
You read the wiki.
You could read the wiki. I might recommend you read the wiki at some point. Actually, no, don't read the wiki. I want you coming into this raw.
Loud and clear.
Raw.
Hey, look, there's a hot chick.
It's got a circuit that
Hey, look, she looks pretty good.
Let's
Is that
switch
Ava?
frequencies
And there's a
from
little
time to
no.
time, just to make sure we're not
You're like, no.
No.
I found a map of that
Someone
base.
much more important than Ava because she only appears in this game.
Nice going, boss.
No.
They talk about her in one other game and then blah blah blah.
Dozens of them.
This place is full of film badges, dozens
Like the ones
of
used to
them.
measure radiation
Badgers?
exposure?
Used to measure radiation exposure.
And
Raisins.
The cargo he was talking about were called spears.
that would mean
So basically, they're moving nukes into Costa Rica, and that's a big fucking deal.
Holy Mother of God.
Holy Mother of God.
Oh yeah, Cold War.
No shit, we're in the middle of the Cold War. It's the fucking Peace Walker!
Oh god.
Oh, da
Oh,
da da
God.
da da! What a thrill! With darkness and silence in the night.
Oh god damn it.
Singing the Snake Eater theme there. Alright, so here you go. You got a mission results screen. You're gonna get to see a lot of these. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So you get horror, you get heroism and a bunch of other interesting stuff for this shit. And yeah.
You died.
See you later.
Bye.